on a ghost hunt. First of all, before we talk about how you've constructed the book, tell me a little bit about why you wrote it in the first place.
Well, the main reason was, as you know because you've met me before, I'm not a tree-huggy person. And when I was trying to look into becoming a psychic and clairvoyant, or rather trying to find out that there wasn't such a thing, as you'll find out in the book, all the people I was meeting were very tree-huggy and into crystals and the flared skirts, and that's just not me. I'm a very practical, down-to-earth person, so the book is really a practical, down-to-earth book for what I class normal people.
Well, there is a guide, a how-to guide at the end of it, but you've written the book as a diary.
Yeah, it was going to start out as a how-to guide, but because of what was going on over the first 12 months with me finding out that there was something rather than not, and then wanting to do evenings of clairvoyance and carry out psychic awareness classes, it just seemed great to make a diary from my own records, and then it's just snowballed so that I decided, yeah, I'll make it into a book, because it also helps people when they're reading it, because they're realising the pitfalls as well. It's not that easy just to organise an evening of clairvoyance and stand up in front of a lot of people. There's a lot of hard work behind it, so if somebody can learn at least one thing from the book about that side of it, then great.
I think there's also an element, having now read through it, I mean, there's also an element of finding out something about yourself, because it seems with the psychic awareness classes that you do, a lot of it has to do with becoming more self-aware through meditation, through various other processes. So you also have a very specific take on spiritualism and clairvoyance, that it isn't something that only a few people can do, that actually it's something innate in all of us.
Yeah, everybody's got the ability, and a lot of people are now jumping on that bandwagon and saying the same thing. And what I like to do is try and demonstrate that through very simple exercises within the classes as well. But the meditation is really important for yourself, because it's a way of just clearing your head and becoming more comfortable with your own emotions, because that is one of the things with doing anything with psychic awareness. A lot of emotions can hit you at the one time, and if you're not very good at dealing with your own, you're not going to be very good at dealing with others. So I just find it really useful.
There are a lot of skeptics out there, though.
Well, there's tons, but there should be, and I'm still healthily sceptical. You know, I was at a ghost hunt at the weekend, and of course there was a few bangs going on, and people going, oh, that's spirit. And I was going, well, actually, just check. Is the door open? Is the window open? Has somebody walked past? So I always look for the practical, and if that's all been ruled out, then we'll start looking to see if it's anything to do with spirit. And that's what I teach on the classes as well. Always look for the practical first.
Now, the book, because like I said, it's a diary, the actual the story part of it is told in diary form. Yeah. I take it was a real diary that you were...
Yes, it was. It was a real diary.
So did you know from the start that that was the format the book was going to take?
Not at the start. It had really started out as a how-to guide, because I was fed up trying to find books to answer easy questions that I was getting. Like in the book I mentioned about how I had a feeling of my bottom being pinched at a supermarket. Well, actually, that was a feeling of somebody getting an injection. But at the very early days, when I was getting that feeling, I thought I was turning a bit loopy with it. So when I was looking in books to try and find out more, there was nothing that just gave you very simple examples of what the different clairs, as I call them, are. So that's how it started, because of my classes and people asking. And then because of everything we were doing, I just really wanted to write it down, because, to be honest, when I read back, I'd forgotten half the things I'd done. So it's been really nice as a personal record for me.
But given that, what was the process of writing it down like? Because it's not even so much the process of writing the book, it's actually reading it back, isn't it? Where you get the biggest, whatever effect. What's it been like for you?
I must admit, I took the mindset of when I started reading it back, I wouldn't change anything, so I didn't, although I was very tempted to. There's some bits I thought, oh, it's a bit too personal, maybe I shouldn't say that, or it sounds a bit too glib, because this is the other thing. People sometimes think I'm being a little bit blasé about it and disrespectful, which I'm not. It's just I like it to be fun, and I don't like it to be too serious. So it was a bit cathartic for me reading certain pieces. They are a bit emotional for me. But it was good. It's good. It's a nice way of cleansing yourself, I suppose, and just getting it out your system.